Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Florida Panthers 4, Toronto Maple Leafs 5, NHL 2025 Round 2, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Leafs win Game 1. They lead the series 1-0. And frankly, they played 10 bad minutes out of 60. Still won 5-4. They led 4-1 at the end of 2. Had really 2 good periods. The Panthers really put it on in period 3, trying to take Joseph Wolff by surprise, which I think they did because guess what? Anthony Stolarz got hurt. I don't think that'll happen game 2, but we'll get there, as in take Wolff by surprise and he'll be this bad. I'll get there. I'll get there. But the Leafs do win. They win game 1 at home, home ice advantage. They started amazingly. The first 2 periods, all Leafs. They don't get any power play goals. Every goal they score was even strength. But in the end, they win. They win. But the Panthers still hurt some of our players because they are dirty rats. That doesn't surprise me, though. I don't think that surprised anybody. And the goals were scored as follows. First period, 33 seconds through the first period. McCabe plays it to Pacioretty, who plays it to Nylander, who has an angle that nobody really thinks he can score from, but he throws it on. And Bobrovsky's way off to the other side of the net. There's half an open net, and Nylander puts it in to the far post. 33 seconds in, 0-1. Leafs have a 1-0 lead from William Nylander, Willie Styles, who closed out round 1 and opened up round 2 for the Leafs. The Panthers, they don't want none. How phenomenal. And he does it again. 12:51 through the first period. Pacioretty plays to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Larsson takes the shot. Brought down, saved by Bobrovsky, but William Nylander right there to pick up the rebound. It falls to him. He puts it over Bobrovsky into the net. 0-2, 12:51 through the first. How phenomenal Willie Styles is. That's 2 goals for him. The Leafs have a 2-0 lead, but the Panthers are on a power play. 16:57 through the first period. Verhaeghe plays it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk plays it to Seth Jones, who's very good at shooting the puck from the defensive side of the ice, as a defender, I should say. Seth Jones takes the shot from the high slot, pops it past Anthony Stolarz. The only goal Stolarz would allow, because we'll get there. 1-2. Leafs are still up 1, and then 17-16 through the first. William Nylander gets an assist, mind you. Morgan Rielly scores, has the shot over the shoulder of Bobrovsky on the run-in. 1-3. A defender puts it within 1 for the Panthers. A defender gives us back a 2-goal lead. The Leafs have the lead 1-3, 3-1 at the end of 1. Man, our defenders are starting to score. That's amazing. That is amazing. Second period, 7:50 through the second. Nas plays it to McCabe, who plays it to Chris Tanev, who takes the shot, and it goes through the arm of Bobrovsky to make it 1-4. 4-1 Leafs. We have a beatable Bobrovsky, it looks like. But speaking of goalies, 9:36 as the game comes back. Anthony Stolarz is pulled for Joseph Wolff because Anthony Stolarz was elbowed in the head by Sam Bennett as they were playing forward, the Panthers. Stolarz had a save. Sam Bennett elbows him at the side of the head. Stolarz has a concussion. He pukes at the bench. They bring in Joseph Wolff. And Joseph Wolff stands firm for the rest of the second period, that's for sure. So at the end of 2, it's 1-4. Leafs have a 4-1 lead, 3-goal lead at the end of the second period. Third period, the Panthers jump on the Leafs. They start hot in the third period because they want to shock Joseph Wolff. He played half of a period, little over half of a period before the third. And then 1:39 into the third period, Marchand plays it to Lundell. Lundell throws it in front for Eetu Luostarinen. Eetu Luostarinen pops it in over Joseph Woll. 2-4 for the Florida Panthers. They get one back. Leafs have a 2-goal lead. 4:30 into the period. The Leafs are walking a tightrope because Marchand and Schmidt play it to Uvis Balinskis. Balinskis takes the shot, puts it past Joseph Woll. 3-4 from the point. And the Panthers are within one. Matthew Knies, 14 minutes in, makes sure the Leafs have a 2-goal lead. Thankfully, he did. Marner finds Knies on the breakaway, and Knies puts it over Bobrovsky to make it 3-5. 5-3 for the Leafs. They have a 2-goal lead once again. But 18:05 through the third period, 6-on-5. They have pulled the goalie by now. Verhaeghe plays it to Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett plays it over the shoulder of Joseph Woll. 4-5. The Panthers are within one. And luckily for the Leafs, the Panthers do not score with 1:55 left to go. But the Leafs don't get an empty net goal. Matthews misses an empty net, puts it wide. That was their best chance to put it into an empty net to give it back to 6-5 or 6-4 for the Leafs. But in the end, the Leafs hold on. They take it behind the net. The time runs out. Final 4-5. Leafs win 5-4. Toronto leads 1-0 in the series. Thankfully, you can breathe. Leafs win at home. Game 1. I'm not going to say they tried to blow it. I think the Panthers injuring Anthony Stolarz was the reason why this got so close. If Joseph Woll played this whole game, I don't think what happened. Let me just be clear. First of all, I don't think Joseph Woll would have allowed 3 goals in one game from the Panthers if he came in hot. If he came in from minute 1. I think he came in cold. He hasn't played for 18 days or something like that. He hasn't played. I don't think he played. He played against Detroit, right? That was his last game. I think he played against Detroit. I watched that game at a restaurant. I should know. I think it was Detroit. He played the last game of the season after the Leafs clinched the division. So he hasn't played since then. Normally, he was playing every so often after Stolarz. Stolarz has played 7 straight games up till he got hurt. So 6.5. But I think Woll will be better game 2. If he starts game 2, which honestly I think they should do, even if Stolarz is cleared, I think you start Woll. I think you have to start Woll. Because I know it looked bad, but they basically jumped on him. Like the Panthers threw everything at the net during the third period because they thought their dirtiness would lead to the Leafs blowing the game, and they almost were right. And if this went to overtime, the Leafs would have lost in overtime. That's point blank period. I'll tell you that right now. With the way the game was going, they would have lost in overtime. So good enough. They held on. They got the win by 1 goal. The Leafs played so well for the first 2 periods of the game, though. They deserve better than winning by 1. Let's be honest. Like, yes, they almost blew it. Point blank. They almost blew it. Yes, the Leafs should have held on better. Yes, Joseph Woll came in cold and let in 3 goals. Matthew Knies saves the Leafs. He did. Let's be right here. He did save the Leafs. The Leafs played a really good first 2 periods. The Panthers really didn't throw a lot at net until the third period. Like, they tried to save the third period as their, hey, we're going to try to jump on him. We know he came in cold. He did pretty well for the second half of the second period. We know he came in cold. Let's throw it at him. We injured one of their guys, their really good goalie, a goalie that we played with who won a cup with us. Which, by the way, Sam Bennett, you are a rat. Point blank period. You have no heart. You are a dirty rat. You injured a former teammate that you won a ring with. How much of a bastard do you have to be To basically be like, oh, he's wearing a different sweater. I know I want to ring with him, but boom! You are a bastard. I don't care. I don't care if I shouldn't say that. You are a bastard. Like, how do you not have a heart? Like, legitimately. I don't care if that sounds bad. I don't care if it's wrong to call the man a bastard. He is! He is! He's a rat! I don't care. And Panthers fans get mad, don't care. He is a rat. That is a former teammate. And you injure him. Like, it's different if you chokeslam Matthew Nyes. That was dirty, but at least you don't know the kid. You didn't spend time with a guy on your team. That's different. That's dirty, but at least it's like, okay, no connection. You have to be a bastard, a punk, an asshole, whatever you want to call him, a rat, to do what he did to Anthony Stolarz. And for some reason, the Department of Player Safety is going to be like Ferrari during F1 and be like, we are checking to see, look at it, be like, no, it was the puck to his head. He doesn't get suspended or a fine. Hell, Anthony Stolarz gets a $1,000 fine for putting his head in the way. That's what George Peros is going to do. So Brendan Shanahan, I understand it if he horse trades with George Peros and says, hey, you suspend him or we're putting Ryan Reeves in the lineup to run somebody, whether that be their goalie or Sam Bennett. Something's going to happen. These Leafs are not going to sit and take this. Not like 2 years ago, Craig Berube is going to throw Ryan Reeves in the lineup to run somebody. And they should. If Sam Bennett gets suspended, okay, cool. Suspend him. I know you don't have the balls. I know Prison Rules Panthers is your favorite team. I know this. But what I will say is if you don't suspend it, they suspended Ekblad. So everything's on the table, right? But I guess I know why they did that. He already was suspended for the steroids. He had somebody. He hit somebody in the head. Well, fine. He's already been suspended. It's not like, hell, they still won without him those 2 games. It's fine. They'll be fine. They did lose tonight. Good. Deservedly so. Screw you, Florida. So maybe they used him as a, like, hey, we're doing our job. They're not going to do anything. I hate to tell you. I think every Leafs fan knows. Some guy like Nazem Kadri, if he did that, they would freaking suspend him for the rest of his life. They would put him in the stocks. Like medieval stocks. If he did it at the middle of the ice, so people could throw tomatoes at him. Hell, if any Leaf did it, they'd put them in the stocks and have people throw tomatoes at him. Not just suspend them. But Florida could do it. But Florida could do all this dirty shit. Okay, all right. All right. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. F around and find out. That's what I say. Dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. I hope Stolarz is okay. I hope he is. I hope he gets back quick. But, dude, that's just to your former teammate? Like he's beatable, too. I mean, dude. Did you not see how the Ottawa Senators played him? Throw it over his shoulder. You're going to beat him. Like, that's where he got beat every single time. Dude, you don't need to hit him in the head. You know him. Ottawa didn't do it. They just threw it over his shoulder. It went in. That's how they beat him every single time. If they could figure it out, if Brady, baby Brady Kachuk could figure it out, Matthew sure can. I thought he was smarter anyway. Right? Dirty. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth at this point. I don't care. If DOPS does nothing, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I don't condone violence, but when it's self-defense, it's self-defense. You don't let a bully beat your ass and let that beat your ass yeah, you're probably going to get suspended too. You throw out a guy who doesn't play well anyway, Ryan Reeves. All he does is hit people. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, F around and find out. That's what it is now. Game 2, throw him out there. I don't care. If they do suspend Bennett, which they should, I still say maybe throw him out there. Not 100%, but consider it. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Florida wants to pull that shit? Okay. All right. Sure. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, you got to go after him, right? But I don't know. It was dirty. That was dirty. With that being said, I mean, after that, the Leafs allowed 3 goals. Shockingly enough. They almost blew it. And the Panthers jumped on Wolff, and luckily the Leafs didn't lose. That's about what I could say. Man of the match, player of the game for me, William Nylander with 2 goals. Matthew Knies with a shutdown goal. Yeah, there you go. Those are both my players of the game tonight. I think that's what they deserve. Anthony Stolarz, I hope he's okay. And that's life. Okay. Suspend Sam Bennett. Suspend him. Suspend him. Like, at this point, it's, you got to. You got to. I don't care. Or you cause an absolute ruckus. You're going to cause F around and find out, 2 for a tooth, eye for an eye. That's exactly what you're going to do. And I'm not mad to say it. I don't think it's wrong to say. Like, the Leafs probably feel the same way. So, it is what it is. If you want to get mad, be like, oh, you shouldn't say they should go after him. Bullshit. Do you see what the Panthers do? Don't go after them? Are you delusional? Did you not see what happened tonight? Like, seriously. Like what? So you ain't gonna fight a bully? If you were in school, you wouldn't fight a bully who hit you. You don't start the fight, but you sure damn finish it. Is that wrong? I don't know. I think it's right. You start a fight. You don't start a fight, but you finish it. And the Leafs did win this game. Oh, they finished this fight, but they got 3 more to go at least. If not 6. You finish the fight. Go ahead. Go ahead. So with that being said, the Leafs did their job. They won. The first 2 periods, amazing. The best start. I did not think they were going to start like that. In my wildest dreams, I didn't think they were going to start like that. Then the 3rd period was bad, but guess what? They still won. Hey, Florida. Hat flick. Screw you. Vafanculo, Florida. Vafanculo. Get out. Get out! Well, no, they still have to be here for game 2, but I hope they beat their ass again, Toronto. I hope Toronto beats Florida's ass again. Physically and on the goal sheet. Come on. Come on. These Leafs are different. I think they are going to fight. They won. Gutsy. Gutsy. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you on Wednesday for Game 2. Panthers at Leafs. We'll be here. Thursday, Chelsea, the Conference League. Friday, Leafs Game 3. Saturday, TFC. Sunday, Leafs Game 4. We have Tuesday off, though, which I think I need after all this bullshit. So, there you go. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.